Okay, so I'm probably playing fast and loose with time right now since it's about 10 to 11. So that gives me not that much time. Hopefully I'll finish it in time. But I have the overwhelming urge to play through Lyney's story quest since my friend is playing through it at the moment and she's getting really frustrated with it, which almost certainly means that I'll also get frustrated with it. Also, I really don't have functioning arms right now. You know when you are just laying down minding your own business and then you sit up perfectly normally, but the act of sitting up causes you to tear a tendon in your arm, but it's knocked the arm with the nerve damage, so you can't compensate. Me neither. So if I fight and I'm crap, that's why, no other reason, I am good at video games. I'm playing as Femine because I have to. Because he's a sweet baby darling and I love him and he deserves better. And I'm excited to see Charlotte again! I know, I like Charlotte! Hi! Hi, Charlotte!
I see. So you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double.
Why does the Phantom Weasel sound like a Muppets character? What animal was Ricky Gervais's character in Muppets Most Wanted? Nah, I can't remember.
Now that he's back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in the day are in for a headache, but however this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be is boring.
I'm sure.
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one.
Oh, I love her.
Thank you, sir, for your time. Now, whom should I interview next? Huh? Hey! What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here.
Hi! Hi!
Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
I have no clue what's going on, Charlotte. I'm sorry. The Phantom Weasel?
Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing of this one. Could you clue us in?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it. Well, not to worry. You're in good hands because I'm a professional. The story goes like this. 10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of Fontaine. Known only as the Weasel, nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities never managed to catch him.
Wow, cool! He sounds like one of those mysterious night burglars that you read about in novels.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our Weasel targeted whatever people held dear, and no one was safe from his predations. He would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday.
Sounds like an absolute weirdo.
I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor, but this guy did not discriminate. Unsurprisingly, this didn't work wonders for his public reputation. Every man and his dog wanted to see him behind bars.
Yeesh. So, did they catch him?
Not exactly. There's a good chance that the Weasel would still be at large to this day if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago. A magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape performance. When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all. Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. But today, 10 years on, the notorious thief has once again issued one of his warning letters and pasted it on the gate of the Opera Epiclese for all to see.
That's a bold
I had to squeeze
move.
through the crowd this morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
Yep, I can read that, thank you.
So, this is the warning letter, huh? Let's see what he wrote. 3 days from now, when evening falls, I shall take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
This is, without a doubt, a clear declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance. What once seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again. But why has he reemerged now? And what does he want? I sense an epic scoop, and I'm going for it.
So is this the main like point of Lyney's story quest? That's strange. Is that not strange? That feels weird to me. I feel like more sort of this should be something. I mean, it's a threat pasted on the opera epiclase. That's a huge deal. Surely this shouldn't. This isn't a Lyney and Lynette thing. Surely this is like a Farina and Noviette thing. This is strange. Okay.
Uh-oh. If this thief will steal anything that other people value, does that mean even we might be targeted?
He might try to nab you, little Paimon.
Aww. But Paimon doesn't want to get kidnapped.
Oh.
Well, he'd have to go through you first. You would stop him, right?
Oh, hell yeah, we would,
people have
Paimon.
It's clear that the public are very
Aw.
concerned about the Phantom Weasel's reappearance.
Oh, I see Lyney. I see Lyney. He's up there.
Let's see, I've got
Hi.
a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to form the skeleton of my article. It does feel like something is missing, though. Something exclusive. Who should I interview next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Like, I feel that the only connection so far is magic. It'd make sense if we were hanging out with Charlotte the whole time. But I don't get why this is a Lyney and Lynette story.
Lyney!
Looks like he's performing some magic. So this takes place after the whole, hey, he's a Fatus thing. Why is his reputation still okay?
Magic, magician, Caesar, the Phantom Weasel. That's it.
Fatui!
Let's go interview Lyney.
I don't know if I can really articulate my thoughts on this kind of as I go. It's something I'd really have to sit down and script out and figure out how to put into words. But I've seen people calling the Traveller a hypocrite for their response to Lyney and Lynette compared to Child. Like, I'm not saying we're not too friendly to Child. We kind of are, I think. But, like, they're two completely different things. I feel like if Lyney and Lynette had, like, pulled the Traveller aside after they, agreed to represent them in court, in a place where they've just, like, arrived at, and they need to speak to the Hydro Archon about something very important, but instead they're willing to go against the Hydro Archon in a situation that has nothing to do with them, purely because they don't want to see two innocent people accused of something they didn't do. And so if Lyney and Lynette had pulled them aside and said, listen, this is probably, well, it might not come up, it might, but just so you know, blah, 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 the Traveller would have... I doubt, because the Traveller certainly would not have been, friendly with the Harbinger and then unfriendly towards them after they explained the situation, but they needed to explain the situation. Like, I feel that a lot of the frustration towards them isn't to do with them being fatui, it's to do with them having lied. Because how can you trust them now? They lied about their identities, and they lied about their affiliation, and they lied about the activities that they were up to. Like, they let the Traveller go and investigate the scene while withholding important information. So, how can we trust them? Whereas at least with Child, he's up front. And even then, like, I'm sure, I could be misremembered, but I'm sure the Traveller and Paimon are suspicious of Child being in Fontaine. I don't think they believe the whole, oh no, I'm just here on holiday thing. I don't see it, is what I'm saying. I don't see the hypocrisy. I feel like they're they were more. It was more than reasonable that they felt betrayed, because it was a betrayal. They betrayed us. They did. At least with Child, when we first met him, it was like, oh, he's a Fatus. We don't trust him. Let's not tell him anything. He is clearly up to something. And guess what? Then he was up to something. So, you know, I don't see the hypocrisy. I'm mad at the twins, not because of who they are, but because they didn't tell us. And I feel like that's the same with the Traveller. If they'd have just been up front, it would have been different.
Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too. And what do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
Did you hear that? Okay. I think something just fell outside of my door. He's fine.
Are you serious? What sort of a deduction is that?
I didn't hear what she said, sorry.
Oh, relax. My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go. No time for delay.
Other people are investigating this, right? There is an active investigation going on, right? The Forgotten Thief. Okay. If I want to be done by 12:30, I really should stop stopping. What time is it? I don't want to show off my notifications. Oh, okay, it's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, we can do it. Hi, Lyney.
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
Really? Then, what am I thinking now?
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to find a way to empty your mind, to think of nothing at all. But the more you try to hide a secret, the easier it'll come out. You snuck out from home today, didn't you? You told your family a little lie so you could come out and play. Now, that's not a good habit.
Yeah, as if you're the one to scold somebody for lying, Lyney.
You can tell? Oh boy, you really can read my mind.
Of course. Oh, and that's the end of my performance. You should really be heading home. Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
All right, got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Also, my degree paper came today, so I'm in such a good mood. So he's really gonna have to do something to piss me off. I'm in such a good mood right now that he's gonna have to do something spectacular. Hi, liar. Lyney.
Hey, Lyney?
Hi.
Why, hello.
Well, this is
We
awkward,
meet
isn't it?
again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
The Phantom Weasel is back, and you're suspicious because we know you have a habit of lying to us. So is it you, Lyney?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
Of course we didn't believe you, Lyney. There's such a thing as sarcasm.
I'm sure that Child would beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
Okay, apparently he doesn't have to do anything spectacular for me to be annoyed with him.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on his micro-expressions.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Lyney, no, you didn't. You didn't because unless you've known him for a while and you were able to get like a good baseline and know how he normally reacts, then no, you did not do that, Lyney.
That, plus the fact that he was the only kid here without his parents, and he looked as guilty as sin. He made it easy for me.
Okay, yeah, that I can believe. You deducted, well, you didn't deduct it. You figured it out based on the situation and his surroundings. You did not figure it out based on his micro-expressions. Lyney, we need to stop with the whole, oh, I can tell from your behaviour what you're thinking and everything, and there's, because Because, yeah, that didn't work out. Bear with me. Let me let me put this into words in my head. We need to stop perpetuating the whole I can tell from your micro expressions that you're guilty or that you're lying. You can't, Lyney.
You guys, on the other hand, let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
Okay, we won't.
Wow! Got it in one! Is this more of your trickery at work?
Wait, really? No trickery this time. It was pure luck. His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel. So, Lyney, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
To be honest, it makes me angry.
Angry? Why?
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
How suspicious. How suspicious, Lyney.
What are the chances?
What are the chances?
Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Lyney is not what we hold most dear in the Epicles. Come on. If you're gonna try and do that, then I'm calling bullshit.
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally.
Piss
And
off.
if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me. The mere mention of the Weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show.
Hang on, so he is still allowed to perform? Hang on, so I know that he was acquitted and it was proven that he was not at fault for the murder and everything. But it still came out that he's a Fatus and he's with the House of Hearth. That's what it's called. Yeah. And that he was... Did he not... I could be misremembering, but did he not openly admit to going down in the tunnel and planning the whole 60-second thing, which was in fact 75 seconds, because he was investigating the thing. I'm not gonna try and pronounce, the judgment thing, the that thing, the oratrice, so on and so forth and what have you. Did he not openly? Because I remember Novelette saying that they still need to investigate that part. So he did, right? So they all know that that's what he was there for, right? So why the hell is he still allowed to perform there? Because, whatever the result, if they've already done that investigation and everything, and they've decided that, you know what, no, not that much criminal activity took place, it's fine, we'll let you go, and, everything, just, slap on the wrist, don't do it again, he's still... Why is he allowed back there? Why is he allowed to perform back there, and why are people still going to his shows? I'm so confused!
But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin my big day. This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
Also, I'm not fond of the kind of storyline where it's like, oh, this person who isn't an investigative person can figure this, that, and t'other out way quicker than natural professionals. But... maybe I'm just looking for things to complain about because I'm mad at Lyney. To be clear, I don't dislike Lyney. I actually like him a lot. I'm just mad at him.
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief? Wow, this has exclusive written all over it.
Are you going to come with us,
To be
Charlotte?
honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest, Lyney. I think your magic tricks are even more inscrutable than those of a thief.
Thanks for the compliment, though I have to say I don't care much for the comparison. A lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the person noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
It's gone!
Where'd it go? I'm not here for like a moralistic talk from Lyney. Come on.
That's the question. Where did it go?
Oh, you planted it on one of
Therein
us,
lies
right?
the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear.
Don't play this kind
If I
of
can now
emotional
invite you all to
music.
check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
Don't play this kind of uplifting music while Lyney is talking to us about the difference between magicians and thieves. He's not the person to give us this talk, for crying out loud. I'm not being told off by Lyney for likening magicians to thieves.
It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Lyney, it seems that my previous praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly, magic is the superior art form to theft.
Yeah, and
Don't
if...
worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity to perhaps change some of the preconceived notions you might have about magicians.
I don't have any preconceived notions about magicians. I have preconceived notions about you, considering you did use your magic to do something a bit sketchy. Don't pretend that you're all high and mighty now. Like, all magicians are just pure and just want to entertain people. Like, maybe that's true for the most part, but that's not true for you, Lyney.
Since Caesar's death, a lot of
God.
people associate magicians with criminality. It can be quite frustrating.
You're not helping, then, are you? What? Oh, since Caesar's death, people. Like, yeah, but you used magic to conceal going and doing something you weren't supposed to do. Like, maybe it wasn't theft, and I mean, it certainly wasn't murder, but still, you're using magic for sketchy reasons. Don't pretend that you just want to do magic to entertain people when you actively... And look, I understand that Lyney was absolutely, and people don't like it when you say this, but he was absolutely groomed into basically a child soldier. That's what's going on, and I don't care if people disagree. That is what's happening, and if you look at Arlecchino and think she's a pure, innocent parent, then I fear you. But, like, I know that it's not his fault. But he's got to know, at least have some degree of self-awareness, even if you think that everything is great on your end, and you're, you know, you had the understanding that the Fatui do have a bad reputation, and that's why you didn't want to tell us, and that's fine, whatever, but you've got to understand that you, having used magic to conceal your own misdeeds, is making this conversation a little bit redundant.
I can imagine. Coming back to your trick just now, might I presume that you are well versed in floral symbolism? For example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters.
Yeah, he hasn't got to do anything spectacular to imitate me. Fufu is trying to calm me down, bless her. Oh, it's alright.
But you used a
Thank you,
lumidew spell,
baby.
which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations. I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this choice.
Well, that's rude if there was.
Impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral symbolism. I'm just in the habit of using lumidew spells in my magic. It sounds like something I should look into, though. I'll buy myself a copy of Fontaine's Floral Language Facts when I have some time. But it'll have to wait until this phantom weasel business is behind us.
See, maybe that's true. Maybe he doesn't know, or maybe he does know, and he knew that we are separated from our twin because of our micro-expressions. Like, I can't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth, so it's making him difficult to, like, get on with, because I can't trust anything he says.
Well noted. In that case, this brings us to the end of our interview. I, for
Oh,
one, am looking forward to
no.
the final showdown between you and the thief.
Thank you,
Please feel free to get in
baby.
touch to update me on any further developments. Otherwise, I will of course see you at your show in 3 days' time. But let's hope the Phantom Weasel is caught by then. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me lots to work with here, and I've got no time to lose if I want to write that exclusive piece. I'll see you all later.
Oh, thank you, baby. Mwah. Fua, I'm talking to.
So, Lyney, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
She's been taking such good care of me since I injured my arm. And now she's trying to make me relax and calm down. You're doing this to me, Lyney.
I'm afraid that's my little secret.
Aww. Well, magicians are entitled to their secrets.
About magic.
But Paimon's really itching to know how it's done. You feel it too, right? So itchy.
The Phantom Weasel, you're sure you'll be able to handle him?
Not so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary magician's assistants and help me investigate?
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too! Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done! Shall we go for it?
What's your plan?
The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was. If he truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the Weasel is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a copycat criminal. But if he wasn't the Weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. It would mean that the Weasel lives, and he's been laying low all this time in some corner of Fontaine. And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start. Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to wait for her there. We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
What was that noise? What noises are you making? That was a yawn and a half, wasn't it? Oh, I know. I woke you up, didn't I? You weren't ready to get up, but I had my degree in the post. And then he got all excited because I got excited and he started bumming. That means playing. Oh my god. she gets down low and sticks a bummer in the air when she wants to play. That's what you were doing, wasn't it? And then you took my jumper off even though I didn't ask you to. But you did it anyway. And then it turned out I was hot, so maybe you knew. Or maybe you were just being a bugger. Okay, can we go to the cemetery to look for Gemma? I was not paying attention. Who's Gemma? I'm sorry, am I not paying enough attention to you? Am I not paying enough attention to you? I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Let me get to Gemma and then I'll cuddle you again, okay? I just need my hands to get to Gemma, whoever she is. What's the matter? You've got water. You've got water. I'm not hand feeding you water. Okay, look, the phone's down. Come here.
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Lynette. We're working as Lyney's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
Phantom Weasel.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around.
Ah! Okay. Can Can you find it? Can you find your water? There you go. Okay, ask around. Not Lynette, but I want to
I'll
speak to
wait
her.
for you here and see if Gemma shows up.
Who's Gemma? I wasn't paying attention. My dog wanted me. That was more important.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
I'm itching to know.
You mean Caesar's fiance?
Okay,
Sure I do. What's this about?
it's
I'm
Gemma.
just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
It's totally Gemma.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself. I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again.
Fua, sweetie, did you take my other hand support? Did you take it? Where is it? I've got this one here, look. Where's the other one? I need the one for this hand. Where's it gone? I keep them together. You know I keep them together. Did you nick it? Did you take it? You took it, didn't you? I know you. Oh, I'll find it. Sometimes she mistakes my hand things for bandages, so I'll ask her for a bandage and then she'll take the hand thing and then she'll realise it's not a bandage, so she'll just drop it and then go back for a bandage. But that means that you accidentally take it, but then you don't put it back, do you? You don't put it back. You don't. And then I end up losing it. No, yeah, I'll use my thumb thing instead, it's fine.
She knows he's gone and can't hear him from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away?
Baby, don't come back up.
Oh, so 10 years.
Don't come back up. Yay.
Wow. Their love must have been really strong.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest,
Hang
I
on.
think this is all
Sorry
so
for the
unfair to poor
noises.
Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway,
Can you
all of
take
that
this?
said,
Can you get it?
she's running later than usual today. Normally, she's been sitting in front of his grave by now.
Thank you.
I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. Might have more luck asking some other people.
Yay! Clever girl!
All right, well,
Clever
thanks for sharing all
girl!
of this with us.
Thank
We'll keep
you.
asking around.
You're welcome.
Mwah.
I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Sorry. Sorry, that was inappropriate of me. I was just asking Fua to help me with my bandages and stuff, and she did because she's a good girl. And now she's laying across me because I keep getting up. Is that why? That's why, isn't it? I know you.
They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't. But what if, just hypothetically, I mean, what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Fua wants me to turn the fan on. If I turn the fan on, will that make this unbearable to watch? I mean, it's probably unbearable to watch anyway. I mean, yeah. Well, I want to do it. I have to finish this now I've started. But Fua is more important. Don't want me to turn the fan on? Is that what you want? Do you want the fan on? I don't know if it'll like interfere with the me talking. But if she wants the fan on, she can have the fan on. Do you want the fan on? Is that what you're asking me? Is that what you're asking? Is it hot in here? Is it hot in here in bloody September? Is it? Okay, I'll turn the fan on. Is that what you'll have to let me get up then? You'll have to let me reach it. Because I can't reach it. I can reach it if you're on me. Thank you. Oh, I still can't reach it. And now I've yanked the cable out. Okay. Oh, this is a disaster. There we go. There we go. Are you happy now? Is that better? That's better. Good girl. Okay, I hope you can still actually hear what I'm saying. I'm sorry if you can't, but I had to.
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago, on the day it
You
all
good
went
girl.
down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something? Give me a break.
Oh, you such a fuss part.
Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words to that effect.
I kind of get it, though. Like, you'd feel betrayed, wouldn't you? If that's your innate reaction, your initial reaction is, bloody hell, I believed in you, and then blah, blah, blah. I get that. You can change your mind.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
It's okay. Sorry to interrupt.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a little bit about Caesar?
If you're tired, you can go back to sleep.
You've come to the right people. Yep.
It's okay. You can go to
I was
sleep.
there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street. He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside. I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once.
Lenticular
But
lens
for the life of me,
balloon.
I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really incredible stuff.
Abyss
I saw
doves.
him perform too. He always used to bring some gifts along for the kids who came to watch his show, and he'd hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Aww.
He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
That doesn't make sense as an
Whatever the
MO,
case,
though.
Now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more.
What if it was an actual weasel?
I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to ask.
So that's Gemma. Is it just Paimon, or does it look like something's wrong?
She's sad.
Ooh. It looks
Oh.
like she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay.
Sorry. I'm also tired, apparently. Are you hurt?
Hi there. You're Gemma, right?
Who's asking?
We're asking.
Don't be afraid. I mean no harm.
Okay, maybe you're not the one that should have said that, but okay.
Looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern. But you didn't answer my question. Who are you? And what do you want with me?
My name is Lyney, and this is my sister Lynette.
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're investigating the Phantom Weasel.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the Weasel.
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks leading up to the accident? Did Caesar have a falling out with anyone, for instance?
No, not that I know of.
Got it. All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
Okay. Was that helpful, or are you gonna tell us some bullshit about her micro expressions?
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
Perhaps she simply doesn't trust us.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
Okie dokie. Thank you. I think I'm going to stop the recording here and continue later. What time is it? It's 11:30. Okay, I have an hour. But my hand started to absolutely kill me, so I can't keep going. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.